Before you start any type of advertising, branding, or marketing campaign, you need to figure out your target audience. Hi, my name is Katie Davidson, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the target table. This is a tool I use before any marketing campaign, whether it's Facebook ads, Google AdWords, Pinterest, or even print ads. If you're struggling to appeal to your target audience, or you're advertising, but you're not seeing the results you want, this video is the first step. Before you start any type of marketing campaign, there are two things you need to nail down. First, you need to figure out where your target audience is. For example, if you were marketing bourbon, it wouldn't make any sense for you to market in a pregnancy magazine. Not only would it be in bad taste, it would be a poor use of your money. You wouldn't see a return on investment because the people reading a pregnancy magazine aren't likely buying bourbon, right? So figure out what other things your customers are buying, figure out where your customers are going, and advertise there. The second thing you need to do is make sure your ads appeal to your target market. Let's say you wanted to sell a monkey sock puppet. It wouldn't make any sense for you to write an essay about all the virtues of the sock puppet. If, however, you had a video that showed how much fun kids have when they play with it, and it showed how easy that toy was to clean after a hard day of playing, that would appeal not only to kids who like to see other kids having fun, it would also appeal to parents who know how dirty stuffed animals can get if kids play with them a lot. Let's hop on over to my computer so I can show you how to use the target table and start creating ads that wow your audience. When I first started advertising on Facebook, there would be days that I would spend $50 and get 50 conversions, and others where I would spend $50 for the same client and get 300 conversions. I would pore over the data from each ad, trying to figure out how to get the most bang for my buck on the next ad, but ultimately I found myself blaming random chance. I cringe when I think back on spending hard-earned money in such a haphazard way. Now, I don't spend money on ads that don't work. By using the target table, I am able to spend my money only on effective ads. It takes a lot of hard work, testing, and planning to turn creativity into a constant stream of marketing ideas. I'm going to share the first step I take whenever I start working with a new client. I call it the target table. Let's say your business is a car dealership. There are lots of types of people who buy cars, right? So let's break your audience down into general groups. Now, across the top of my target table, you can see 5 different types of audiences. I have new moms, parents of teenage drivers, people into green energy, the fast and the furious crowd, and men in the midst of their midlife crisis. I hope a light bulb just went off in your head and you're thinking to yourself, those are very different audiences. You can't possibly target them all with the same ad. Now, let's say you have a new car on the lot that we want to sell. How are we going to sell the car to these different people? I'm going to change gears for a moment, no pun intended, and think about what would get people excited about this car. These are what I call hooks. The new car on the lot has incredible crash test ratings. It looks like a spacecraft and can accelerate from 0 to 60 in 0.1 seconds. It gets 80 miles per gallon, and the interior can be washed out with a hose. Now that we have our grid of potential audiences and potential hooks, we're ready to start thinking about ads. Each intersection between a new audience and a new hook will be a new ad idea. Okay, I've filled in my ad grid with different ad ideas. I've kept them very brief and vague because my intention is to use these as an inspiration the next time I have writer's block when it comes to this customer. You can see there are quite a few blank spaces. Sometimes I can't think of a good way to target a specific audience with a specific hook, and I'm pretty confident that those ads wouldn't work anyways. So rather than force myself to create those ads, I just move on and focus on the rest. Let's take a look at each of these ads. The first cross-section you see is keep your baby safe. This is an easy cross-section between my audience, new moms, and my hook that it has a good crash test rating. Similarly, parents of teenagers would want to keep their teenagers safe. Even though the idea behind both of those ads is similar, they're both coming from different emotional spaces, so the image that I would use on those ads and the text would be very different. Now let's move on to my target market, the green energy crowd. I'm having trouble making that mental leap that connects my hook with that audience. I could do something about keeping your car around after an accident, but that seems pretty dark, and I don't think that ad is likely to work. My speedster, on the other hand, crashing is probably something they think about often. I can reach them by letting them know that my car will keep them safe if they lose control. I mentioned before that my hypothetical car looks like a spaceship. For my new moms, I could reach them by highlighting the fact that they are so much more than just a mom. Parents of teenagers, I could highlight the fact that their kid would be so happy to have this cool car. For my green energy people, this ad feels like a dud too. I could reference the fact that it's futuristic, but as I look at my table, I notice that only one of my hooks would be compelling to this audience. Whenever I see a target that I can't reach with many of my hooks, I usually take a step back and think, maybe this group isn't my target audience for this product. This is one of the things I really love about the target table. When I first started making this table, I was pretty confident that this audience would be interested in my product. But after writing everything down, I'm going to cut them from the table and focus on my other audiences. I often cut audiences from my table, but I rarely cut hooks. On my table, you can see out of the 25 cross sections, only 15 have made the cut. The next step is to start creating ads from this information and ad campaigns. For example, I could create a Facebook campaign in May or June aimed at parents of teenagers who are about to graduate from high school. I could create a full sequence of ads that highlight different hooks that might interest parents and make them want to buy this car. I use the target table as a source of inspiration. Whenever I have writer's block or whenever I have a new budget set, I look at my target table and figure out what's most relevant right then. All I need to do at any given time is create images and text, and I'm ready to launch my next campaign. For more strategies to help your business grow, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Until next time! Let's say I wanted to sell a puppet sock monkey. Sock puppy monkey sock puppet? I don't know what order the words go in. Sock puppet monkey?